There's a certain rush one gets when sending an email to hundreds or even thousands of people. You double check the content to make sure there's no typos and all your links are working. However, once you hit send, how do you know if your email campaign is successful? More importantly, how do you know the email will yield results? According to Constant Contact, email makes money, a lot of it. When done well, for every dollar you invest in email marketing, you can expect an average return of $38. It goes without saying that an effective email strategy is critical to your agency's marketing efforts. In this video, we'll discuss the different ways to understand the performance of an email campaign. In particular, you will answer the following questions. What is the criteria for determining a successful email campaign? How can I use the data to help improve my email strategy? How can I use testing to make smarter email decisions? After you have successfully launched an email campaign, the next step is to measure and track your results. Nearly all email clients have built this functionality into their products, so you don't have to do any extra work to get started. The point of email measurement and tracking is to ensure you're receiving a worthwhile return on your investment. If your emails are not working, tracking will help you make changes so you can optimize your emails and maximize your profits. The first step of email measurement and tracking is to establish a baseline. That means running a few campaigns and seeing what your average open, click-through, and conversion rates are. We'll discuss these terms in depth later, but for now, your open rate is the percentage of people who open your email. Your click-through rate is the percentage of people who click on a primary call to action in your email. And your conversion rate is the percentage of people who perform the call to action. Establishing a baseline is extremely important because it gives you a set of numbers to compare future campaigns to. You may try to use industry average baseline for comparison, but they don't really do you any good until you know how your own baseline compares. For example, if you send a campaign that has a conversion rate of 4%, you won't know if that's good or bad. However, if you know your average conversion rate is 1%, then you know your new campaign is doing something right, and you can recreate that success with future emails. The next step in email measurement is understanding the various email metrics. These terms might sound fancy, but by now, knowing them, you can really improve your email marketing and have more in-depth conversations with your business coach and other service providers in the future. The first email metric is your bounce rate. This is the percentage of sent messages that cannot be delivered. This metric will help you identify potential problems with your email list. You should focus on removing hard bounces from your email list. They're either invalid or do not exist. If you keep these emails on your list, it increases the likelihood of your emails ending up in the spam folder for other recipients. Next is your delivery rate. This is the percentage of emails that are actually delivered to a recipient's inbox. In general, you want a delivery rate of about 95% or higher. A lower delivery rate might indicate a spam issue. So as we just mentioned, make sure you clean up your email list to remove invalid email addresses. The next email metric is your list growth rate. This is the measurement of how fast your email list is growing. You can calculate the growth rate by subtracting the number of new email subscribers gained in a given month, then divide that number by the original list size. It's always a good goal to keep growing your email list, especially since older subscribers will become less and less likely to buy from you over time. That is the general pattern with regards to all subscriber lists. To grow your list, make sure you give prospects incentives for subscribing. Create a sense of urgency by raffling off a high-ticket prize for anyone who joins your newsletter in the next week. You can promote this contest on your social media channels, on your website or blog, and in person at various networking events. In addition to contests, you can also encourage your existing subscribers to refer prospects. Make it easy for subscribers to share and forward your emails by embedding share buttons in your email. It allows readers to easily share your content on their social media channels with just one click. Most importantly, with regards to growing your list, there's no replacement for quality content. If you're providing relevant and engaging content, then your subscribers will naturally share and forward that to their network. This word-of-mouth tactic can really be helpful in growing your list. The next email metric is your click-through rate, also known as your CTR. This is the percentage of the audience that click on a specific link in an email. You can calculate your CTR by dividing the number of unique clicks in an email by the number of email recipients. This metric is extremely important because it's the one that evaluates the success of the actual email content. Did you craft a relevant email for prospects to click? Was your language informative and compelling? It's important to note that your CTR can vary widely based on the type of email being sent. For example, email newsletters often have a much higher CTR than promotional messages. And transactional messages, such as email receipts, often have the highest CTR. For that reason, it's best to benchmark your CTRs according to the different types of emails you send so you can avoid comparing apples to oranges. The last email metric we'll discuss is your conversion rate. This is the percentage of recipients that clicked on a link within an email and completed a desired action. The conversion rate is the ultimate measurement of an email campaign's effectiveness. The higher your conversion rate, the more relevant and compelling your offer was for your audience, which means more money for your agency. Since a majority of your sales will likely happen over the phone, your email conversion rates may be less important for your agency. But so you fully understand the concept, consider the following scenario. You have 1,000 subscribers on your email list, and you send out a special promotion to purchase one of your products. In your email, you include a purchase link as your call to action. 200 of your recipients go on to open that email. That means your open rate is 20%. Your click-through rate will be the percentage of people who click the purchase link from your email. And your conversion rate will be the percentage of people who actually purchase the product from you. If a campaign is underperforming based on your targeted conversion rate, take a close look on the landing page you link to. The landing page is where you direct customers to after they clicked your call of action link in your email. You may find the landing page headline or copy needs improvement, or that a registration form or checkout process was too confusing and clunky, causing many visitors to abandon the process. Measuring conversion rates is much easier when your email client is integrated with your content management system and/or web analytics tool. You can work with your coach to set up this integration in your next call. An important thing to remember is that email marketings are always testing. Sometimes your emails will perform well, sometimes they won't, and that's okay. You can utilize A/B testing to find out what type of content performs better than others, and which segments of your audience you should target. A/B testing is when you compare two versions of content to see which one performs better. For example, you can use A/B testing to identify the best time to send an email. Some marketers believe that open rates are highest in the morning time before consumers head to the office. Other marketers believe that open rates are better in the evening when consumers are commuting home. This is a perfect scenario to utilize A/B testing. For your next email, simply split your audience into two groups, Group A and Group B. For Group A, send the email in the morning. For Group B, send the email in the afternoon. Most email clients actually have A/B testing capabilities built into their platforms. That means they can do all the work for you. All you need to do is identify the content that you want to test and plug it in. After all the emails are sent, identify which one performed better. And if there are statistically significant differences, then use that data to inform the send times for future emails. While some activities are worth testing, make sure you use a little common sense as well. For example, you don't need an A/B test to validate that sending emails late at night when your customers are fast asleep is a bad idea.